So what I want to do is I want to subtitle tonight, How to Make Money. Is that all right? Much better than Food Fight Family. How to make money. And as you understand, I'm talking about how to make serious money. So, the first thing I want to do is I want to share with you a fact. A fact that kept me motivated, a fact that kept me going, especially when times are, tough and roller coaster life is on the downturn and stuff like that. A fact that sort of woke me up, and I'm hoping it has some sort of impact on you, a similar impact that it did have on me. The fact of the matter is, ladies and gentlemen, most people fail financially. Most people fail financially. I like to share that because that should shock you. And it should also, lots and lots of people I meet feel that it's, not going to happen to them, or they've probably not even woken up to planning ahead financially or whatever. It depends what stage in life you're at. What do I mean by they fail financially? What I mean by they fail financially is that for most people, and it really doesn't seem to matter where their income level is or what their standard of living level is, but for most people at some point in their life, that standard of living comes down. The belt has to get tightened, the money has to get counted more closely. When does that happen? That tends to happen in retirement. Because if the penny hasn't dropped yet, folks, the only money you can maintain your standard of living on during retirement is whatever money you've set aside for that time in your life. And if you haven't set enough aside for that time in your life, you're going to cop it. You can't survive. You're going to have to pull the reins in. There was an ad Westpac Bank put on telly about 7 or 8 years ago. It said something like, 82% of people's retirement fund money will run out by the time they're 79, before 80. Run out. I don't know about you, but I don't want to be 82 years of age standing at a bus stop in the pouring rain with my little bag of shopping because I can't afford a cab. Hell me, I want a chauffeur. Why not? I want life to get better. Because as we get older, we're going to get more dodderier, aren't we? I don't know if doddery is a word, but you know what I mean, right? It's going to get harder, and we're going to need more money to make life easier as we get older. But of course what happens is people carry the same spending patterns through into retirement that they had while they were working, generating income. And so what they do is they go on trips now. They haven't got to get up for work. So they go, around to Americas, or they do Europe or Asia, or they go on a few cruises and they buy the grandkids stuff. And then suddenly they hit mid-70s and go, eek, the money's running out. We better stop all this. And that's actually when you need more money, I think. But then it occurred to me, you see, a statistic hit me. It said that if you make it to age 60, statistically, you're going to live another 30 odd years. 30 odd years on your own money. 30 odd years to survive for. So I asked people, if you retired tomorrow, how many years could you survive on what you've got right now? How many years would you last? Some people say, I'd only last 10 years. Some people say 5, some people say 2 or 3, and some say less than 1. Because that's what happens. You stop work, you've got no income coming in, you've got to survive on whatever money you've got. But then I thought, hey, that's the doom and gloom side of it. That's the necessity side of it, if you like. 30 years retired I'm going to be. 30 years and I don't have to set the alarm clock anymore. 30 years and I can do what the hell I like whenever I like. And when I sit down with people and I say, what do you want to do for that 30 years of your life? 30 years, that's about 1/3 of your life. And you don't have to get up for work anymore. So you can do what the hell you like whenever you like. What do you want to do with that time in your life? And most people say to me, I want to be financially secure. Well, that's the wrong answer, folks. Why is that the wrong answer? Because it's like how long's a piece of string. Financial security to some people means something different to others. And if you don't know specifically what you want, how the hell are you going to plan for it? Because planning is crucial. So what we need to do, one of the first steps if we want to make serious money is take control of what we want out of life. It's to say to ourselves, what do we want? What do we want to do for like the longest holiday in your life? I'm going to go and do the Great Wall of China. I'm going to do base camp 1 at Everest. I'm going to get an open top red Alfa Romeo and I'm going to drive around Italy, all the little country towns, you know. I'll do Venice and Rome and all of that, you know. But I want to go on a safari, you know, one of those posh ones with the silk curtains and the lions and tigers and elephants jumping around. And I want to go and have a cup of coffee. And you say, what's so unusual about that cup of coffee? And I say, this cup of coffee is in a restaurant, in a cafe in the south of France. I've never been to the south of France. I had a honeymoon in Paris, but I've never been to the south. I'm from London. Paris isn't far, but I've never been to the south of France. And I've seen it on a James Bond movie or something, and all the Ferraris are whizzing around, and there's multi-million-dollar yachts below in the harbour. Costs about $40 for a cup of coffee, I think. But I'm going to go there. What do you want? I recommend you get a bucket list. You start realizing what you want to get out of life. Most people let life happen to them. Most people fail financially. Just to prove that, here is their average incomes during retirement. How they averaged it out over those years they were retired. 86.5% on an average of the pension, basically. Yep, $300 a week. 86.5% is most people, isn't it? Come on, you know, I just said to you, you can nod if you want. You can't get that question wrong, right? No one's going to laugh at you if you nod, because that is definitely most people. That's a bit sad and sorry, isn't it? Because that's most people by a long, long way. Look up the other end. About 1.5% of people have an average income of more than $700 a week. Now, I don't mind telling you I earn more than $700 a week, and my hunch is that most of you do too. And I'd like to stay that way. In fact, I want more money when I retire. But that's me. So that means we've got to do something different to most people around us. If you think about it, what we do is we learn from most people around us subconsciously. We were never ever taught at school the subject, how to make money. What teachers do, and if you're a teacher, I take my hat off to you because it's one of the toughest jobs. So the teachers do all right, but what we're teaching kids is to how to go and get a job. And you say, what's wrong with that? My own mum, I had a daddy died when I was 2, so all I had to lean on was my mum's advice, and she was like most people. So I say to her, I want more money. She says, go and get another job. So even before I left school, I had 3 jobs on the weekend. What does that teach us? What everything is teaching us is that the way to make money is to work for money, work for money, work for money. Now, of course we have to go and work, and we should all work hard. But the rich learn how to get money working for them. I'm going to show you how they do it. They learn to get money working for them. And that's what we need to do. And it's a shame we're never taught it, because if we were taught it from the very beginning, we would all be doing it, and we wouldn't be scared of it. It would come naturally to us, and it's possible to achieve.